We've been waiting for some snow and just more active weather in general across the upper Midwest. It's been really warm lately. Yesterday we hit records across much of Wisconsin. It was in the low 60s. Well, things start to change as we go into later this week, and that starts tonight with our first system moving through. If we look out west, it's real active, which is a change from what we've been seeing most of the winter. I think that starts to come our way. Again, starts tonight. This system should be mostly rain. Here's the European for Tuesday night into Wednesday. You see rain spreading across much of the state. This could be a mix up north, maybe some snow as well. I think the northern quarter of the state could see a couple inches out of this, but it won't be a huge event. There'll be some slightly cooler air behind it momentarily, but then by Wednesday afternoon, we warm right back up again. Maybe some snow showers across the northern half of the state into Thursday. But now we start watching our next system coming in Thursday night into Friday. And unfortunately, this one looks to be predominantly rain as well across much of Wisconsin. I think a mix is more likely further north. Maybe all snow is a possibility as well. I think a few inches are also on the table with this storm, but I don't think it'll be a huge event, at least across the eastern and southeastern half of the state. But look at this, northwestern Wisconsin, pretty heavy snow as we go into Friday morning. So again, I do think this could bring several inches in that area. It's still pretty active out west with some snow into Colorado. So these systems will keep moving quickly into the Midwest. And we do cool down. I don't think we get cold, no Arctic blasts, but we're definitely not in the 50s and 60s. I think 30s and 40s are more likely as we move into the end of the month, maybe even some 20s, teens for lows. We'll see a push of colder air come in behind this system. Saturday into Sunday will be colder, maybe even slightly below average. And this won't last long, unfortunately, but we do have a little bit of a drier, cooler spell into the weekend and early next week. Then by Monday into Tuesday, we start to moderate again. We see this big ridge kind of pushing back into the plains and Midwest. I think what happens from here is still really up in the air. I think it gets more active again middle of next week. Another system moving through the plain states into the Midwest, throwing some rain and possibly snow. This system's too far out, but I do think there's opportunities for snow maybe a little bit further south here in this situation with some colder air behind that. Then a system off to our south. Again, does it snow all the way down into Kentucky and southern Indiana, Ohio? I don't know, but it does show that there is some colder air in place. The weather pattern will be very progressive. One day it might be below average, the next day above. It gets more active, it gets more interesting. Just let this run out here. Again, I think there'll be a battle between warm and cold air. And I think there's definitely an opportunity for systems to form along that line. So it should be a pretty interesting next few weeks.